Whiskey festivals are something that I was always kind of curious about, but I never actually participated in. That is until this weekend, about 24 hours or so ago. I was able to attend my first Bourbon Fest, courtesy of my fiance. Roll that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to T-Rod Whiskey. This weekend was amazing. Not only did I get to get away with my fiance for a couple days, but I also got to go to my first whiskey festival, which was the 6th annual Lansing Bourbon Fest, and it did not disappoint. I was lucky enough to get the VIP tickets. Courtney, she took the general admission tickets, and we kind of just divided and conquered, used whatever we needed, and got some really, really good pours. Didn't grab a ton of video from it just because it was loud. There was a ton of people. There was lines at pretty much every table, so it wasn't a huge opportunity for me to grab a bunch of footage. But I did grab a small clip that I threw together, so go ahead and check that out. So, yeah, I mean, there were easily maybe 17, 18 different vendors from places like Journeyman Distilling. Mammoth was there. A new distillery called Eau Claire that makes Canadian rye, Calgary Stampede Rye. And I honestly had never heard of them before, got to try that. I did get to use some of my VIP tickets to try a 10-year Dragon's Milk, which was absolutely phenomenal. In fact, I went back and got a second pour of it just because it was that good. I mean, dear Lord, like that's got to be right close to what heaven tastes like. That there. Got a bunch of swag. Got some all the stickers. I mean, that's one of the cool parts of these things is like there's always just free stuff that people are just giving out. Got a cool bandana. I don't know, not much for Canadian ryes. I do like some, but hey, whatever. I like free stuff. So the weekend itself was awesome. Getting to be surrounded by a bunch of bourbon geeks, and to their credit, the group that put on the Lansing Bourbon Fest did an awesome job. There was food there, though we did not partake. It did look and smell delicious, but there was ample hydration around. They had water everywhere and accessible, so that if you wanted to rinse your glass, you just wanted to, get a water between samples, make sure that you weren't going too far too fast. It was fantastic. They had live music. It was really cool. It was held at, if any of you guys are familiar with Lansing, it was held at the Venue in Lansing Mall. And we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. I will definitely be looking to do another one. But while we were in town, we got to hang out with some friends, got to visit the Cosmos, which has the absolute best pizza, the Soup Spoon Cafe, which is arguably the best lunch I've ever had in my life, period. Super unique, super awesome food that they source from in the area. Visited MSU, did not get to attend the game, but they did beat U of M for the second straight time, actually the fourth straight time. So they're on a 7-game win streak right now, Big Ten champs, which is great. We got to be on campus for that, but I also got to grab a few bottles. So we're about an hour and a half, maybe a little more from Lansing. So we usually like to get off the freeway in Okemos and then just kind of take our way in there. But the first stop we made was at a Big Ten store. Actually, we stopped at a gas station, but we did stop at a Big Ten store. And the very first store I walked into, I don't normally ever find anything there, but this Big Ten had their pick of Four Roses single barrel strength. And this one is an OBSF recipe, and it's aged 11 years, 7 months. At State Min, to get a almost 12-year-old Four Roses single barrel strength. Yeah, that was awesome. That was a great way to start the trip out. They only had a couple cases of this left, so I count myself as lucky that I was able to grab one when I did. And as if that wasn't great, which it was, the next store that we went to was another Big Ten, and it was right around the corner from the hotel that we were staying at. And I go in there and I never find anything at this place. I've stopped there maybe 8, 9, 10 times over the years that we've been going to Lansing, and I don't think I've ever walked out with a bottle. So I go in and they're selling a pack of these, or they're in a bag, and I'm like, okay, so if I buy one, do I get them all? It's like, yeah, you gotta buy all three of them. So I ended up with a Penelope 10-year estate bourbon, a Penelope Char number 5 store pick toasted bourbon, and the Penelope Architect single barrel pick. And this is a complex stave, from whatever that means for the Architect series. But I got all three of these as a bundle. Super excited to get into them. These Architect picks, they're usually fairly cheap, fairly accessible, but they're always unique and flavorful. Very excited that I got to grab these. I'm actually the most excited about this estate bottling because I have never had a chance to purchase the 10-year, and I got a really, really good deal on all three of these. The rest of that day was pretty not remarkable, other than we went to dinner with some friends, went and played some video games, and that was kind of that. But the next day, I started my day off by being at the Mega Bev when they opened. It was me and like 3, 4 other people, because I think the word is kind of out that Saturday mornings, if they're going to have anything new, it's going to go out on a Saturday morning. And they didn't have anything super wonderful, but I did snag this Redwood Empire Van Dusen rye. And what's cool about this is part of their small batch series, but this one is named after the Van Dusen River, and it is a high malt rye whiskey. So it's 31% malted barley, 67% rye, and 2% wheat. So I'm kind of interested to see what this one's about. It got good marks on the reviews online. It's a unique rye mash, so we'll see. It's batch number 1. I don't know if there's been more than one or not, but that was cool. We then we checked out On the Rocks, which is another store in the area, grabbed this Epicurean. These Douglas Lang bottles are becoming harder and harder to find, and this is their Lowland blended scotch. So when I saw this I think I got it for like $40, made sure I grabbed it. 46.2, non-chill filter, no artificial coloring. I mean, for a Lowland, it doesn't get much better than that, right? I know that Lowland is a little bit delicate. It's not everybody's jam, but I liked it. And then, after the Bourbon Fest, we swung by American Fifth, because I'm not going to go to Lansing and not stop into American Fifth. So we grabbed up a bottle of, since St. Patty's is right around the corner, the American Fifth I Wish Risky. So this is an American single malt, but it's flavored and distilled in a traditional Irish style. This one is 49 months old, so just a hair over 4 years, 90 proof. I like the logo with the little shamrock on it. Very, very cool. This one might actually be going to a friend of mine. Joey, if you're watching, this will be headed to you soon. And then lastly, we walked around campus. We got some breakfast. We visited the dairy store because, of course, I'm not going to go to Lansing and not get the ice cream that they make. By the way, if you guys ever drive through MSU, make sure you thank the cows for making the ice cream, because it's delicious. Arguably the best ice cream you're ever going to have. But we decided to stop and hit a Quality Dairy, because I've been getting told for years now that they have the absolute best sour cream and onion dip for chips. Whatever, onion dip, whatever you want to call it, which confirmed, it is fantastic. But I did not realize that Quality Dairies are actually doing their own single barrel picks. So, having never tried this distillery before, I decided I was going to grab a Minor Case 6-year-old rye. This is selected by Quality Dairy. It is 110 proof, 6 years old, and bottled by Limestone Branch Distillery, and it was actually signed by the master distiller. So that came home with me. So that is kind of the long and short of our trip. It was fantastic. It was here and gone in a blink. I really wish we had another day or 2 days in Lansing, but we made the absolute most of the time that we had. Can't wait to go back. definitely going to be looking to attend more whiskey festivals. If you guys have made it this far in the video, thank you for listening to me ramble and kind of go through my little travel log of events and my bottle hunting trip and all that jazz. Make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and please smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification so you can find out whenever I'm dropping new content. But otherwise, cheers.